Good evening. Today is our topic of mutual funds, and what I understood from it is that suppose a person wants to invest in stock market but does not have much knowledge about it. So what they can do is they can approach mutual funds. They can invest their money in mutual funds, and since these mutual funds have employees who have expertise in this field, they can further use that money to invest in stock market, and whatever returns they get from stock market are given back to the person after charging some commission. There are two types of mutual funds: open-ended funds and closed-ended funds. In open-ended funds, the investor can enter, exit the market as per their choice. There is no fixed maturity period. But in closed-ended funds, there is a maturity period, and one can enter the market only during the initial period, which is known as new funds offer period. After that, the topic was growth schemes or equity schemes. So this is a very popular mutual fund scheme. In this, the risk factor is quite high, but the rate of return is also very high. The second one is money market funds or liquidity funds. So under this, it's completely the opposite. Here the risk factor is quite low, but at the same time rate of return is also low, and this is actually suitable for people with low risk appetite and for those people who have surplus funds for a very short term period. So the third one is fixed income funds. Under some of the examples are like government securities, debentures or bonds. They have a low risk factor and low return outlook. The next one is balanced funds. It is basically a combination of debt and equity. It is basically suitable for those investors who want a combination of moderate returns and low risk factor. And then after that, next is monthly income plans. This is also very similar to balanced funds only, but the only difference is that here the equity assets, the proportion of equity assets is lower in comparison to the balanced funds. Next topic is net asset value. So net asset value is cost of 1 unit of mutual fund. Net asset value can be derived on monthly basis or weekly or even daily basis. And this is usually calculated at the end of the day because the price of net asset value usually keeps on changing. So bonds, debentures and stocks also keep on changing every single day. And the formula of net asset value is assets minus liabilities upon number of units. After that, the last topic is Sharpe ratio and Turner ratio. So what happens is that performance of a mutual fund is seen on the basis of whether it has beaten the index or not. Like suppose the last year the index earned 16%, while your mutual fund earned 18%. So here your mutual fund has actually outperformed the index. So here we can see that the risk aspect is being ignored. So in order to consider that risk factor, in order to see the risk adjusted return, we calculate Sharpe ratio and Turner's ratio. And the basic concept behind it is that higher the Turner or Sharpe ratio, the better is the mutual fund. Which means if a mutual fund has higher Sharpe ratio or Turner ratio, you should invest in it, otherwise not. So that's what I did today. Thank you.